Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou. Ko Tawera Nikau tēnei te Co-Chair o Tāngaro Tuia te Ora. Ko Natalie Jessup aho, te General Manager o tēnei rōpū. Honourable members of the Select Committee, thank you for this opportunity to speak about the importance of valuing our water and why we have submitted against this bill. Currently, the issues we are facing are alarming. 45% of our lakes are in poor health and 45% of our rivers are no longer safe for swimming. The degradation of our freshwater ecosystems has severe consequences. 76% of our freshwater fish are now endangered. This includes taonga species like the longfin eel, the tuna, mudfish and whitebait species, including inanga and kō'aro, which are critically endangered. This is a clear indicator of the overall health of our freshwater systems and reflects a crisis which requires urgent action. Myself personally, I have witnessed the pollution of our lakes firsthand. So Lake Rotorua and Piripiriroa Hamilton is under constant pollution warnings, and right now it's visibly green due to contamination. I drove around Lake Waikare recently. This is our fourth biggest lake, and it's so polluted that it has a warning sign which says this water may not be safe to touch. These situations are unacceptable and highlight the immediate need for improving our water management. The concept of te mana o te wai, the intrinsic value of water, is foundational in addressing these challenges. It emphasises that the health of water bodies must come first, ensuring that our ecosystems can thrive. This holistic approach aligns with our responsibilities under Te Tiriti o Waitangi and incorporates mātauranga Māori traditional knowledge that has long safeguarded our natural assets. Long-term solutions must include robust community engagement and investment in cutting-edge technology. One example is the Kiwi company Aquawatch, which offers real-time water monitoring. Technologies like these can provide us with the mass data needed to make informed decisions and respond quickly to pollution events. This company is rapidly expanding internationally, particularly in the UK, due to the demand to better monitor water. However, this bill here in Aotearoa will take us backwards on the international stage. Failing to address these issues not only harms our environment, but also carries significant economic costs. Not meeting the UN Sustainable Development Goals tarnishes our international reputation and could impact trade. The pollution of our lakes and rivers is already impacting our tourism. Water is the lifeblood of our planet, essential for our culture, te tai ao, our environment, economy and future generations. Food production requires nature to provide pollination, healthy soil, clean water and fewer floods. We envisage a day when we have permeable surfaces and beautiful ribbons of healthy nature running through our cities and our rural areas. But right now we're losing that life support system. Tāngaro Tuia te Ora stands with all those who are fighting for the preservation of our natural heritage, the well-being of our communities and the upholding of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. We call on the government to uphold the principles of te mana o te wai and protect our freshwater ecosystems so that our lakes, rivers and wetlands can become healthy again and so we can progress our economy in a sustainable way. I'm going to hand over to Tawera now, who is going to share his first-hand knowledge and accounts of, into the background of Lake Waikare and this area.
Kia ora tātou. I'll leave my camera off too, it's a bit dodgy. But just a bit of background, I'm also a farmer and kaitiaki or environmentalist out we farm on the lake, the banks of Lake Waikare, which is our fourth biggest lake in New Zealand. The area of that lake is 3,400 hectares, and over the last 60 years. So we're living with the decisions made by previous governments and councils from the 60s that have had a major impact on our taonga species, in particular Lake Waikare. So we're opposed to this bill as the co-chair of Tāngaro Tuia te Ora. There are four key impacts. One, impact of endangered species in freshwater. Two, the destruction of the wetlands and our critical habitats. So we have lost 840 hectares of wetlands around Lake Waikare over the last 40 years in terms of what's happening. Ecological and significant areas. There are a number of areas now we have been restoring from our total catchment area of 21,000 hectares, which runs down to this 3,500 hectare lake. So right up the catchment, we have been engaging with farmers to try and change the practices that are happening. Upholding the Treaty of Waitangi and Te Manawa Te Wai. So these are the key points for us as mana whenua, as iwi, as tangata whenua, as kaitiaki. In my grandfather's time, we lived out of the lake, we played out of the lake, we actually worked out of the lake. So, what we are talking about here is the opportunity for us as mana whenua and iwi to be involved with the government. Taking away, this bill will take away that opportunity to be able to engage and connect on all these things that are really, really important to us. So those are the key things from a kaitiaki perspective. Those are the key things from a mana whenua perspective. As farmers, we have a couple of farms and we have been managing this process from ourselves from a mātauranga Māori perspective in terms of restoring all of the wetlands that we have on our lake. We have the biggest wetland in the southern area of Lake Waikato now, 26 hectares. So we've retired land and made sure that the water, we are working with AquaWatch, which is this technology that monitors all the water that comes off our farm and flows into the lake at all the points that we have. So there's a couple of ways that we have been working. So we are opposed to this bill because of those 4 key initiatives that I spoke about. I could go on for a little bit, but if you have some questions, it would be great to hear from you guys.
All right, thank you for your submission. I have a question to start with. What was the name of that water monitoring company?
AquaWatch.
AquaWatch.
Yep, they're a New Zealand company. They're significant. So we get, there's 4 key aspects of the AquaWatch where you have turbidity, dissolved oxygen, pH levels, temperature, and ammonium. So that machine monitors real-time data every 15 minutes. We upload that information that comes into our database. We can see what's happening on a daily basis, and every 15 minutes we collect that information.
How are you using that information to inform your decisions?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we use that information to make sure that what we're doing on farm, in terms of our leaching, our nitrates, what's happening in the water qualities. So we're monitoring that. We've been using that for the last probably 3.5 months now. This new technology has just come to us. I think that's a great way for councils, for big farming organisations to be engaged and monitor the water quality that's coming off farm into drains and into water bodies.
Yep, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Do you have any further questions, Tanya? No, that was a very good submission. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it very much. And the committee will consider everything that you've said in their deliberations.